Welcome to Games from Folktales, a podcast that mixes historical research and tabletop role-playing settings. I'm your host, Timothy Ferguson, and this week is a Fragment Week. Fragment Weeks let me use up ideas that I found and I think are good for Ars Magica, but I can't quite land. Sometimes others in the community find excellent ways to use them, and here I'm presenting some of the poems of The Flowers of Evil by Baudelaire. As I think about them, I keep circling back to the Lady of Pain and the Ladies of Sorrow, and this is because Baudelaire and Swinburne were both decadent poets. But that doesn't feel original enough to me that I can just say, this is another example of these characters we've seen before. There are two poems which are separate from this theme. One is a sort of inversion of a ghostly warder that would allow you to be plagued by a supernatural entity. The other I could use as a piece for a necromancer who is looking forward to the dissolution of his own flesh. I haven't included one other poem here which you could put in your saga as a hint that a character has gigantophilia, which is a sexual paraphilia, and we'll leave it there. So, out to the Ars Magica community these ones go. These are LibriVox recordings. Because there are several poems and they've each been recorded by a different person, rather than thank them now, I'm just going to leave their read credits in on the samples. But thanks to the LibriVox recorders and to their production team. Before noting your saga may vary, there should be another Fragment Week episode, a very small one, in a couple of days. It's just not Baudelaire, so I wanted to split it off on its own. It's a tiny Reggio described by William Wordsworth. Anyway.
Beauty, read by Shakira Searle. I am lovely, O mortals, like a dream of stone, and my bosom, where each one gets bruised in turn, to inspire the love of a poet is prone, like matter, eternally silent and stern. As an unfathomed sphinx, enthroned by the Nile, my heart a swan's whiteness with granite combines, and I hate every movement displacing the lines, and never I weep, and never I smile. The poets in front of mine attitudes fine, which the proudest of monuments seem to implant, to studies profound all their moments assign, for I have all these docile swains to enchant, two mirrors which beauty in all things ignite, mine eyes, my large eyes, of eternal light.
Hymn to Beauty, read for LibriVox.org by Asaph Koss. O beauty, dost thou generate from heaven or from hell? Within thy glance, so diabolic and divine, confusedly both wickedness and goodness dwell, and hence one might compare thee unto sparkling wine. Thy look containeth both the dawn and sunset stars. Thy perfumes, as upon a sultry night exhale, thy kiss a philtre, and thy mouth a Grecian vase, that renders heroes cowardly and infants hale. Ye art thou from the planets or the fiery womb? The demon follows in thy train, with magic fraught. Thou scatterest seeds haphazardly of joy and doom. Thou govern'st everything, but answerest unto naught. O loveliness, thou spurnest corpses with delight. Among thy jewels horror hath such charms for thee, and murder, mid thy mostly cherished trinklets bright, upon thy massive bosom dances amorously. The blinded fluttering moth towards the candle flies, then frizzles, falls, and falters, blessings unto thee. The panting swain that o'er his beauteous mistress sighs, seems like the sick that stroke their gravestones lovingly. What matter if thou comest from the heavens or hell? O beauty, frightful ghoul, ingenious and obscure! So long thine eyes, thy smile to me the way can tell Towards that infinite I love but never saw. From God or Satan, angel, mermaid, prosperine, what matter if thou makest blithe, voluptuous sprite, with rhythms, perfumes, visions, O mine only queen? The universe less hideous and the hours less trite.
Sonnet 28, read by Shakira Searle. With pearly robes that wave within the wind, even when she walks she seems to dance, like swaying serpents round those wands entwined, which fakirs wear in rhythmic elegance. So like the desert's blue and the sands remote, both deaf to mortal suffering and to strife, or like the seaweeds 'neath the waves that float, indifferently she moulds her budding life. Her polished eyes are made of minerals bright, and in her mien symbolical and cold, wherein an angel mingles with a sphinx of old, where all is gold and steel and gems and light, there shines, just like a useless star eternally, the sterile woman's frigid majesty. Overcast Sky, read by Shakira Searle. Meseemeth thy glance, soft enshrouded with dew, thy mysterious eyes, are they grey, green, or blue? Alternately cruel and tender and shy, reflect both the languor and calm of the sky. Thou recallest those white days with shadows caressed, engendering tears from th' enraptured breast, when, racked by an anguish unfathomed that weeps, the nerves, too awake, gibe the spirit that sleeps. At times thou art like those horizons divine, where the suns of the nebulous seasons decline. How resplendent art thou, O pasturage vast, illumed by the beams of a sky overcast! O dangerous dame, O seductive clime, as well will I love both thy snow and thy rime, and shall I know how from the frosts to entice delights that are keener than iron and ice?
Causerie, read for LibriVox.org by Kay Hand. You are a roseate autumn sky that glows, yet sadness rises in me like the flood, and leaves in ebbing on my lips morose the poignant memory of its bitter mind. In vain your hands my swooning breast embrace. O friend, alone remains the plundered spot, where woman's biting grip has left its trace. My heart the beasts devoured, seek it not. My heart is a palace pillaged by the herd, they kill and take each other by the throat, a perfume glides round your bosom bared. O loveliness, thou scourge of souls, devote thine eyes of fire, luminous like feasts, to burn these rags rejected by the beasts.
The Ghost, read by Shakira Searle. Just like an angel with evil eye, I shall return to thee silently. Upon thy bower I'll alight, with falling shadows of the night. With thee, my brownie, I'll commune, and give thee kisses cold as the moon. And with a serpent's moist embrace, I'll crawl around thy resting place. And, when the livid morning falls, thou'lt find alone the empty walls, and till the evening cold 'twill be, as others with their tenderness, upon thy life and youthfulness, I'll reign alone with dread o'er thee.
The joyous defunct. Where snails abound in a juicy soil, I will dig for myself a fathomless grave, where at leisure mine ancient bones can coil, and sleep quite forgotten like a shark 'neath the wave. I hate every tomb, I abominate wills, and rather than tears from the world to implore, I would ask of the crows with their vampire bills to devour every bit of my carcass impure. O worms without eyes, without ears, black friends, to you a defunct one rejoicing descends, enlivened philosophers, offspring of dung, without any qualm o'er my wreckage spread, and tell if some torment there still can be wrung for this soulless old frame that is dead midst the dead.
Illusionary Love, read for LibriVox.org by Leah. When I behold thee wander by, my languorous love, to songs of viols which throughout the dome resound, harmonious and stately as thy footsteps move, bestowing forth the languor of thy glance profound. When I regard thee, glowing in the gaslight rays, thy pallid brow embellished by a charm obscure, here, where the evening torches light the twilight haze, thine eyes attracting me like those of a portraiture, I say, how beautiful she is, how strangely rich. A mighty memory, royal and commanding tower, a garland, and her heart, bruised like a ruddy peach, is ripe, like her body for love's sapient power. Art thou that spicy autumn fruit with taste supreme? Art thou a funeral vase inviting tears of grief, aroma causing one of eastern wastes to dream, a downy cushion, bunch of flowers or golden sheaf? I know that there are eyes, most melancholy ones, wherein no precious secret deeply hidden lies, resplendent shrines, devoid of relics, sacred stones, more empty, more profound than ye yourselves, O skies? Yea, does thy semblance not alone for me suffice to kindle senses which the cruel truth abhor? All one to me, thy folly or thy heart of ice, decoy or mask, all hail, thy beauty I adore.
Your saga may vary.